Marko, you called the peak of the pandemic a couple of weeks ago and the beginning of the reopening, which we're about to see. What makes you so sure we won't see second and third waves that will put paid to this market rally?
Thank you. We will certainly see more cases, and the question is really whether these cases will sort of break down the hospital system, whether they'll cripple the economy, and we think not. We think that sort of the first wave was the worst. Now, certainly, we know a lot more about the virus. We are better prepared. We are sort of doing quite a number of measures to sort of contain the spread, and also hopefully we are working towards treatments and eventually vaccines. So I think that you will certainly see this issue linger for longer, but we think it's going to be something that is manageable, more like a chronic situation that is managed rather than something that warrants the complete shutdown of the economy.
Now, you had called for another record, but not until the first half of next year. Do you have any more precise date as to when that might happen? I don't mean an exact date, but are we looking at the beginning of the year, the middle of the year?
Yeah, so we are thinking in the first half of the year. As you said, there is still a lot of uncertainties. There are a lot of variables. Virus is certainly one of them in the pace. Political developments are another one, because even we do believe that in many sort of regions, especially in the United States, there are conditions for some limited reopening. It's also a process that is influenced by politics and politicians. Finally, we do have elections in the U.S. in November, so that can kind of either speed up the schedule for our projected recovery or delay it a little bit. And then also, one of your colleagues mentioned some of the sort of geopolitical tensions that we are monitoring closely. And again, some of them are related to virus, but there also may be continuation of the sort of rivalry between China and the U.S. So a lot of these things that we monitor and that can really influence the pace of global economic recovery, including the global trade and travel. So that's why it's very hard to nail it down precisely now. But we are saying the first half of the next year. And why is that? Basically, we see economy recovering by the end of the next year. Markets should be looking about 6 months ahead of that. And we are also, looking at these unprecedented monetary and fiscal measures that we think will mitigate the damage, or at least large part of the damage caused by this pandemic.